We're going to talk about something today that I have found to be incredibly transformative and essential in my own personal journey and also in helping clients when it comes to midlife weight loss. Hi, I'm Jenny Tonin, and welcome to the channel. I'm a holistic nutritionist, and I'm also the founder of Sublime State and the Midlife Metabolism Fix. I'm on a personal journey to become the happiest, healthiest, and most fulfilled version of myself, and I'm really excited to have you along for the ride with me. So on this channel, I'm going to be exploring all of the different things that are working for me, talking about what hasn't worked for me, and also I'm going to share the amazing successes that my clients have had. My hope is that by sharing these insights and experiences with you, you'll feel inspired and empowered to take control of your health, your happiness, and your total well-being. I'm so excited to have you join me on this journey, so let's dive in. Working with women in midlife, that's what I love to do because I can relate, right? As a woman in her 40s and beyond, we have a lot on our plates, right? Most of us have work, we have family lives, maybe a little social lives, and a lot of responsibilities that all come down on our shoulders. And what happens when we are in the midst of taking care of everything and everyone around us, we tend to stop taking care of ourselves. We haven't been taught how to do this as we were growing up. And as our day got more cram-packed with all of the to-dos, have-to-dos, should-dos, all of the things that we want to do and that make us feel better tend to fall by the wayside. And it really pains me to see this happen in other people's lives because I've been there, I've experienced it myself. And the truth is that we can't pour from an empty cup. We reach a breaking point when we're just giving, and not taking care of our own needs, our own desires, our own pleasures. So this is why I love working with women in midlife, helping them re-spark that desire, reclaim their boundaries, and learn how to take care of themselves, and then discover that by taking better care of themselves, it has a positive benefit. It ripples out into everything else in their lives because what was once an empty cup now is filling over, and you become just so more alive and energized. You cut out all the crap that doesn't matter anymore, and your life becomes more whole. That's the only way I know how to describe it. So with that said, I really want to talk about one of the most important things when it comes to taking care of ourselves and figuring out how to lose weight in midlife. If you're on a weight loss journey, odds are that you've been at it for a while. Odds are that this isn't your first kick at the can, so to speak, and you've tried a number of things. Some may be working better than others, but eventually things go back to the way they were, or even worse, right? You end the diet, you quote unquote cheat, which I don't like that word, but it's used a lot in this type of realm, and we end up gaining back the weight, blaming ourselves, feeling bad about ourselves, hating ourselves, ridiculing ourselves, belittling ourselves, being our own worst enemy, talking down about ourselves, and the vicious cycle continues. So I'm trying to stop that. And this is a huge part of why I've created this channel, to get information out that works, provide you with resources that work and help. So with all of that said, mindset is the very first thing that I work on when I work with a client looking to lose weight, especially, as I said, my favorite type of client, which is a woman in her midlife. So mindset is absolutely essential when it comes to successfully doing the things that are going to help us and work towards our goals, whatever our goals are, right? Mindset is what you need. That old book from, I think it was the 1950s, that maybe our parents or our grandparents read, The Little Engine That Could. I never ever read it, but I know that it's the little steam engine going up the hill saying, I think I can, I think I can. that type of mindset is what we're lacking when we're having those inconsistent successes or successes that we can't hold on to, or we're never getting to those results we want when it comes to weight loss. So I really want to talk to you about that and give you some actionable tools that can help you start to work on this. And with that said, I have now read literally hundreds of books on mindset. I've been a student of it for many years, and I have gone from somebody that hated talking about goals, thinking about goals, setting goals, to understanding how mindset is absolutely crucial. Losing weight in midlife can feel like a real uphill battle. Most of us feel that our body just doesn't respond the way that it used to when it comes to trying to drop weight. And we start to feel like this maybe just isn't possible for us anymore. Like luck isn't on our side anymore. We can start thinking about things like, thinking about things in the way like when you were in your 20s, it was easy, right? Or when you were a teenager, you could eat whatever you want, maybe, and no weight came, right? And we start thinking that maybe it's too late. A lot of us start fearing that we're just going to be doomed to feel this way forever. Hormones become an issue as we enter perimenopause and then menopause, and it gets easier to pack on weight. Add that to all of the responsibilities that we're dealing with and a cram-packed schedule, exhaustion, and all of the other things that can come with our hormonal changes. And it seems like it's just an absolute uphill battle that's somewhat impossible. I'm here to tell you, first of all, that that is not the case at all. Today, I want to show you how you can get started transforming your mindset so that you can get the results that you're so ready to experience. So when we're talking about mindset, there is a fantastic book that I've read by somebody named Brian Tracy, and it's called The Law of One. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend checking it out. It can, if you think about it in terms of weight loss and setting yourself up for success in this department, it can be absolutely transformative. I'm going to give you a bit of a summary of what he talks about in his first chapter. And these are some key concepts in understanding that luck's really not a thing. Instead, there's another way to approach it. Okay, so first I want to talk about a key concept, and this is the law of cause and effect. So everything that happens in our life, and this includes our weight, is the result of specific actions and decisions. And I know that that can be a hard pill to swallow, so to speak. That can be hard to hear when you're struggling and you feel like you've been doing everything right, and you're just not getting those results that you want. And I can relate to this personally. You see, in my 20s, I was diagnosed with PCOS, and I was literally told by my doctor that there really wasn't anything I could do other than take some medications. It was the luck of the draw, so to speak, and that I just had to deal with it. I read in a textbook from a physician that was considered an expert in PCOS that if you stayed under 200 pounds with PCOS, you could consider it a success story. And none of that ever felt right to me, but it was also very hard for me to take accountability and accept that the results I had of PCOS boiled down to the actions and decisions I made. That meant I had to take accountability. And I need to be clear, because this isn't a blame game, right? Some of us have hormone conditions, things like thyroid conditions, or things like PCOS. Some of us have some genetic issues. Some of us have, a physical ailment. There's different things. There's different circumstances that we all face, right? But at the end of the day, it's not because you're unlucky if you're struggling with your weight. It means that if you're not seeing the results you want, again, if you're not seeing the results you want because you're unlucky, it's because there are certain causes. These certain causes, yes, they can be genetic, they can be hormonal, they can be physical, but they can also be things like behaviors, habits, and even mindset blocks. And those things can be adjusted. So that's actually an empowering thing. I mean, think about it. If you can have control over these circumstances, then you can have control over your outcome. So the first step I want you to take on your weight loss journey, and again, this can be painful and uncomfortable and make you feel pretty raw and vulnerable, and I say that from firsthand experience, is to take a good look at your current circumstances, your habits, your situation. So things like how much you're exercising, how consistent you are with it, what your nutrition looks like, how you're managing your sleep, how you're managing your stress. These are all causes which can lead to the effect. So in this case, that would either be weight loss or weight gain. But the good news is these are all things that you can work on. Regardless of your circumstances, you can control these variables. If you don't know how, I can help you. So next is the law of belief. And this is one that was incredibly, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but it was a really hard concept for me to understand on a personal level when I was going through this journey. It's also something that I see time and again that my clients can really struggle with. So what is your belief about your ability to lose weight? And what does that belief, how does that belief impact your results? So if you start telling yourself, I'm too old to lose weight, my hormones are working against me, I just don't have time, nothing works for me, I've tried everything. The sad truth is that that belief is going to sabotage your efforts, and that's going to sabotage your results and your overall success. I hear it time and time again when I first start working with a client, and they will tell me things like, I can't lose weight, I have no willpower, I'm really bad at being disciplined, I can't control my cravings. They'll tell me different things like that all the time. Or like I said earlier, they think that they're too old or their hormones just won't let them lose weight. They believe these things, and this belief system is sabotaging them. So I want you to get it into your head. And this can take a little bit of effort, but if you're living, if you're breathing, if you're watching this video, then it is possible for you. If you can envision being a healthier weight, a weight that you're happier with, a size that you're happier with, feeling better, feeling healthier, feeling more energized and vibrant, feeling like you are comfortable in your own skin and more confident, if you can envision that, even to a small degree, then it is possible for you. So you have to believe it. In order to do this, I want you to start telling yourself a new story. I want you to start, instead of listing all the things that you may believe about why you've struggled with doing this, why you're not getting the results you want, I want you to start saying things like, I'm capable of losing the excess weight. I'm learning how to do things. I'm working on being more consistent and applying healthy exercises into my life, eating in a better way, nourishing my body, taking care of my stress. Start listing the things that you are doing and start feeling that empowerment and that ability. It's going to turn into a belief. And with that belief, you're going to start seeing better results. Instead, I want you to start telling yourself a new story. Say things like, I am capable of losing weight. I am learning how to take better care of myself. I am consistently working on managing my stress and sleeping better. Remind yourself of the positive things that you're working on and learning how to do on a regular basis. Tell yourself simply that you can do this. Put it on a Post-it note on your bathroom mirror or on the side of your laptop or somewhere where you're going to see it all the time, and remind yourself, be your own little cheerleader because you absolutely can do this. The more that you reinforce this type of thought pattern, this type of belief into your system, the more that those positive results are going to begin to manifest in your life. And ultimately, you are going to see those milestones. You're going to start achieving those milestones that you're after. Next, there's the law of expectations. You tend to get in this life what you expect. This applies for a lot of things, but definitely in the case of weight loss. So if you expect to fail, the truth is that you probably will. But on the other hand, the flip side of that, if you expect success, even if it takes time and effort, you're more likely to achieve it. So I encourage you to start expecting to see positive changes. So expect that your efforts will pay off. Expect that with consistency that you're going to see progress. And this isn't about being overly optimistic or being fake or false in any way. It's about setting the right type of expectations for your journey. And finally, I want to talk to you about the law of control. So the law of control is about you taking responsibility for your life and for your results. And at the end of the day, that can be, again, a difficult thing to do because, and I'm saying this from my own personal experience, but it's a lot easier to blame crappy results, shitty results, if I'm going to be uncensored, on outside circumstances, things that we can't control, right? Again, hormones, genetics, some kind of circumstance in our life. And I get it. I've dealt with those things too. But at the end of the day, you have control. You have control over certain things. These are the choices that you make, what you eat, how you move, how you manage your stress, how you sleep. And when you focus on what you can control, instead of focusing on those things out there that you can't control, and you take consistent action on applying positive choices to those things that you can control, you're not leaving success to chance. You're creating your own luck. So to every amazing woman out there that's watching this, I want you to remember this one thing more than anything else. You have the power to change your life. I can't do it for you. Your best friend can't do it for you. Your kids, your partner, your neighbor, no one else can do it for you, but you have that power. I always remember that scene in The Wizard of Oz where Glinda the Good Witch, she explains at the very end to Dorothy that she always had the power. And I try to remember that moment. And I try to get my clients to remember that moment, right? And then Dorothy clicks her heels together and says, "There's no place like home," and she goes back home. It's not about luck. It's about understanding these principles that I've shared with you today and taking them on the journey with you. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to get it all right today. This is a long-term thing, right? We're in it for the marathon, not for the sprint. But start by just making some small, manageable goals, little changes that you can do that you believe will assist you on your journey. On this channel, I'm going to be getting into the nitty-gritty of all of the different things that I have found to work for me personally on my journey, as well as what's given my clients amazing results. So we can refine this picture as we go along. But for now, just picking a couple of things that will help you. Things like drinking water or herbal tea instead of pop or juice. That can make a profound change in your life and help you get to those results if you do it consistently. Watch how when you start to apply these laws, how things start to work in your favor and that positive momentum builds and you start gaining the belief and your mindset starts to improve. Because I know you can do this. You just got to start where you're at. You got to love the journey that you're on, and you got to be willing to get up more times than you fall down. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like it and stick around, subscribe if you want to get more insight on how you can achieve the weight that you want as a woman in midlife and beyond, and maintain that without feeling deprived, without feeling like you have to live at the gym and eat only carrot sticks for the rest of your life. I'm going to show you practical, sustainable, actionable, realistic ways to do this in your busy, full life. Okay, so you've got this, and stick around here. I'm here to help you every step along the way.